Can you believe it? These famous stars who once had stunning looks have completely transformed. Today we're diving into 20 shocking transgender celebrities before and after. Especially number 3 is going to leave your jaw on the floor. Can you guess who it is? Like this video, comment the celebrity who surprised you the most, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more awesome then and now videos. Let's get started. Leverne Cox was born on May 29, 1972, in Mobile, Alabama. She grew up with her identical twin brother under the care of her single mother, who was a teacher. From a young age, Leverne had a deep passion for the arts. She began dancing at the age of 8, performed in talent shows, and dreamed of shining on the Broadway stage. Despite being bullied by friends for her innate femininity, Leverne remained determined to pursue her passion. She attended the Alabama School of Fine Arts, received a dance scholarship at Indiana University, and later transferred to Marymount Manhattan College in New York, where she graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Dance. In New York, Leverne's journey of self-discovery turned a new page. She moved from a gender non-conforming style to living and identifying fully as a woman. In 1998, at the age of 26, Leverne began her medical transition. Those years were filled with challenges. She worked as a waitress and performed in drag shows while chasing her acting dreams. In 2007, seeing transgender actress Candace Cain on television changed everything. Leverne realized that a transgender person could truly succeed without hiding who they were. Before the major fame, Leverne nearly gave up, but in 2013, her role as Sophia Bursette, a transgender woman in prison fighting to access hormones in Netflix's series Orange is the New Black, opened a new door. The role made her the first transgender person nominated for a Primetime Emmy in an acting category in 2014, landed her on the cover of Time and many other prestigious magazines. Leverne continued acting, produced documentaries like The T Word, and became a powerful activist for LGBTQ+ rights. Leverne's before and after journey is not just about her career, but also a powerful story of courage and living authentically. From a self-doubting girl in Alabama to a global icon, she teaches us a profound lesson. We are not what others say we are. We are who we know ourselves to be and what we love. Be brave enough to accept yourself, love yourself, and use your voice to inspire others. Leverne's perseverance proves that everyone deserves to live happily, to be seen and respected when they dare to be themselves. Caitlyn Jenner was born on October 28, 1949, in Mount Kisco, New York, under the birth name William Bruce Jenner. She grew up in an ordinary family but faced challenges with dyslexia. Despite that, she, then a young boy, began to shine early thanks to her passion for sports, water skiing, football, and track and field. In 1972, Bruce competed in the Munich Olympics and finished in 10th place. 4 years later, at the 1976 Montreal Olympics, Bruce won the gold medal in the decathlon with a world record score of 8,618 points, becoming known as the world's greatest athlete. After the glory, Bruce entered the world of television, participating in sports programs and building a family through 3 marriages, most notably with Kris Jenner, 1991 to 2015. Together, they raised Kendall and Kylie Jenner and appeared on the reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Despite the dazzling success, Bruce had always carried an inner struggle since childhood, the feeling of not matching the gender she was born with. In the 1980s, Bruce even tried hormones and electrolysis, but stopped due to fear and the pressure of fame. In 2015, a major turning point arrived. In April, Caitlyn publicly came out as a transgender woman in an interview with Diane Sawyer. In June, Vanity Fair featured her on its iconic cover, photographed by Annie Leibovitz, with the headline, "Call Me Caitlyn." Caitlyn made her first public appearance at the ESPYs, where she received the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. She also launched her documentary series, I Am Kate, and published her memoir, The Secrets of My Life, in 2017. Caitlyn's before and after journey was not just about physical transformation. It was a courageous path of finally living as her true self after decades of hiding. From Olympic champion to global icon, Caitlyn teaches us a profound lesson. I'm not doing this to be interesting. I'm doing this to live. Be brave enough to accept your true self, because only when we are authentic do we truly become free and inspire others. Caitlyn's perseverance proves that everyone deserves to live happily when they dare to be themselves. Do you think age is a barrier to changing yourself? Leave a comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us. Elliot Page was born on February 21, 1987, in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, under the birth name Ellen Grace Philpotts Page. Growing up in a family where his parents divorced early, his mother was a teacher and his father a graphic designer, Elliot developed a passion for acting from a young age. From the age of 10, he appeared in the Canadian television series Pit Pony. In 2005, the film Hard Candy brought him widespread attention. His breakthrough came with Juno in 2007, where his role as the pregnant teenager Juno McGuff earned him an Oscar nomination for Best Actress in a Leading Role. Elliot continued to shine in Inception, 2010, the X-Men film series as Kitty Pryde, and Netflix's series The Umbrella Academy, playing the character Vanya Hargreaves. Despite his brilliant career, Elliot had silently struggled with gender dysphoria since childhood. He felt disconnected from his body and uncomfortable when Hollywood pressured him to wear feminine dresses. In 2014, he came out as a lesbian. However, his journey of self-discovery was not over. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Elliot found the space to reflect and decided to live authentically. On December 1, 2020, he publicly came out as a transgender man via Instagram, changing his name to Elliot Page and using he/they pronouns. Elliot's before and after journey is not just about physical change, but a profound liberation of the soul. The top surgery he underwent was described by him as life-saving. Netflix gave him strong support, changing his character's name to Victor in Season 3 of The Umbrella Academy, 2022. In 2021, Elliot became the first transgender man to appear on the cover of Time magazine. In 2023, he published his memoir, Page Boy, a New York Times bestseller, courageously sharing his journey. From the talented star of Juno to a confident man, Elliot Page teaches us a profound lesson. The greatest joy is being seen as yourself. Be brave enough to embrace your true self, because only when we live authentically do we truly become free, happy, and able to inspire others. Elliot's journey proves that everyone deserves to be themselves. Fallon Fox was born on November 29, 1975, in Toledo, Ohio, under the birth name Boyd Burton. From a very young age, 5 or 6 years old, Fallon clearly felt the mismatch between her body and her true gender identity. Despite that, she worked hard to build a life. She got married at age 19, became the father of a beautiful daughter, served 4 years in the U.S. Navy aboard the USS Enterprise as an operations specialist second class, and later worked as a cross-country truck driver to save money for the most important journey of her life. In 2006, at the age of 31, Fallon flew alone to Bangkok, Thailand. There, she underwent gender reassignment surgery, along with breast augmentation and hair transplants. Upon returning to the United States, Fallon moved to Chicago to live with her daughter and began living her life fully as a woman. She shared, "My mind finally matched my body. I had become the person I had always felt inside." In 2008, Fallon discovered her passion for martial arts and began training in mixed martial arts, MMA, at the Midwest Training Center. She progressed quickly thanks to her high school wrestling background, combined with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai. She made her amateur debut in 2011 and turned professional in 2012 with the nickname the Queen of Swords. With a record of 5-1, Fallon secured impressive victories thanks to her outstanding grappling and striking skills. On March 5, 2013, Fallon publicly came out as transgender, becoming the first openly transgender MMA fighter in history. Her before and after journey was not just a physical transformation, but a profound inner liberation after decades of keeping it hidden. From a young man silently struggling to a pioneering female fighter in the ring, Fallon found true strength and joy through sports. Fallon teaches us a profound lesson. Be brave enough to live as your true self, even if the world doesn't understand right away. Only when we are authentic with ourselves can we find real strength and inspire others. Fallon's resilience proves that everyone deserves to live happily when they dare to be themselves. Do you think Fallon's bravery inspires you? Leave your thoughts in the comments, like, share, and subscribe to support us. Chaz Bono was born on March 4, 1969, in Los Angeles, California, under the birth name Chastity Son Bono. As the only child of the legendary couple Sonny Bono and Cher, Chaz grew up in the bright spotlight of show business. From the age of 2, he appeared on the show The Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour, becoming a familiar face to millions of viewers. Despite living in the spotlight, Chaz had felt a deep mismatch between his body and his gender identity since childhood. In 1995, at the age of 26, he came out as a lesbian and became actively involved in the LGBTQ+ movement. Chaz pursued music with his rock band Ceremony, releasing the album Hang Out Your Poetry in 1993, wrote books, and engaged in social activism. However, he still felt that his body was betraying him, especially after puberty. In 2008, at the age of 39, Chaz made the most important decision of his life. He began his female-to-male transition. He started testosterone hormone therapy, underwent top surgery, and gradually transformed his life. In June 2009, Chaz publicly announced his transition in a television interview. In May 2010, a California court officially approved his name and gender change to Chaz Salvatore Bono, taking the middle name Salvatore to honor his father. Chaz's before and after journey was authentically captured in the documentary Becoming Chaz, 2011, which won a GLAAD Award, and in his best-selling book, Transition, Becoming Who I Was Always Meant to Be, 2011. In 2011, Chaz competed on Dancing with the Stars as the first transgender person to do so, inspiring millions of viewers. From the girl Chastity in the family spotlight to the confident, strong man Chaz, he has proven that it is never too late to live authentically. Chaz teaches us a profound lesson. There is one gender in the brain and one gender in the body. For transgender people, they don't match. I chose to live as my true self. Be brave enough to embrace who you are, because only when we are authentic do we truly become happy and inspire others. Chaz's resilience proves that everyone deserves to be themselves, no matter what age they begin. Andreja Pejic was born on August 28, 1991, in Tuzla, Bosnia and Herzegovina, under the birth name Andreja Pejic. Amid the Bosnian War, Andrej fled with his mother, a Serb, older brother Igor, and grandmother to Serbia, where they lived in a poor refugee camp. In 2000, at the age of 8, the family immigrated to Melbourne, Australia as political refugees. There, Andrej excelled academically at University High School, but it always felt a deep mismatch between his body and his female gender identity from a very young age. At 13, she learned about the concept of transgender on the internet and dreamed of one day living fully as a girl. She had planned to transition right after high school, but a modeling opportunity changed everything. At the age of 17, Andrej was discovered while working at McDonald's. In a short time, she became an androgynous sensation in the international fashion world. In 2011, Andrej walked the runway for Jean-Paul Gaultier and Marc Jacobs at Paris Fashion Week and appeared on the cover of Dossier Journal in a strikingly feminine image that caused a sensation. Barnes & Noble had to cover the photo due to concerns. She ranked highly on Models.com, appeared in Elle, Harper's Bazaar, and Vogue, and was even honored by FHM, though the magazine later apologized for its disrespectful description. Her dazzling career allowed her to travel the world, but Andrej still kept her inner journey a secret. In 2013, at the age of 22, Andreja publicly came out as a transgender woman and underwent gender reassignment surgery. She shared, "I always knew I was a girl. Transitioning is not just about changing the body, it's about living authentically." Andreja's before and after journey marked a historic milestone. She became the first transgender woman to be featured in a major profile by American Vogue, 2015, signed the first cosmetics contract for a trans woman, received the Best International Female Model Award from GQ Portugal, 2016, and appeared on the cover of GQ, 2017, the first time for a transgender woman. From the famous androgynous model to an actress in The Girl in the Spider's Web, Dollyland, and many short films, Andreja continues to captivate audiences. She once worked temporarily as a waitress to return to normal life, and is currently completing a documentary about her personal journey. Andreja teaches us a profound lesson. All human beings deserve to be treated equally, regardless of gender identity or sexual orientation. Be brave enough to embrace your true self, because only when we live authentically do we find true happiness and inspire others. Andreja's journey proves that even from the most difficult circumstances, perseverance and courage can turn dreams into reality. What do you think of Andreja's extraordinary resilience? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support our future content. Carmen Carrera became famous from the reality show RuPaul's Drag Race, where she first showcased her captivating beauty and performance talent. However, after leaving the competition, Carmen truly began the most important journey of her life, publicly transitioning to a woman. She did not want to remain only a drag artist, but longed for the world to recognize her as a real woman. Carmen bravely faced public opinion in order to reclaim the identity she had long dreamed of. After her transition, Carmen quickly became a high fashion model and a professional actress in Hollywood. Her sharp beauty and flawless physique broke many stereotypes in the fashion industry. She was once the focus of a major fan-led campaign urging the renowned lingerie brand Victoria's Secret to feature her on its runway. Carmen has used her fame to fight for equality, affirming that transgender women deserve a respected place in all areas of beauty and fashion. Carmen Carrera's journey is proof of the power of confidence and pride. She not only focuses on her personal career, but also actively participates in efforts to raise awareness about HIV/AIDS and LGBT rights. Carmen always appears with a glamorous image, but also with a deeply authentic reflection of her own experiences. Her story inspires women everywhere to love their bodies and continuously fight to live the life they are most proud of. Hunter Schafer has an artistic and free-spirited soul, where gender has never been a rigid line. As early as high school, she realized she needed to transition to align with the feminine feelings within her. Although she faced significant resistance from society, she chose to use her voice to advocate for her community's rights from a very young age. Hunter transformed her personal experiences into motivation to challenge outdated stereotypes. Hunter's transition journey is like a meticulous artistic sculpting process. She embraces the changes in her body with a sense of appreciation and exploration. With her ethereal beauty, she quickly conquered the world's biggest fashion runways. But it is her role as Jules in Euphoria where she truly reveals the deepest hidden corners, the pain and longing for love of a modern transgender girl. Carmen Carrera's journey is proof of the power of confidence and pride. She not only focuses on her personal career, but also actively participates in efforts to raise awareness about HIV/AIDS and LGBT rights. Carmen always appears with a glamorous image, but also with a deeply authentic reflection of her own experiences. Her story inspires women everywhere. Michaela Jae Rodriguez, commonly known as MJ Rodriguez, made history as the first transgender person to win a Golden Globe Award. Before reaching that glory, she spent many years devoted to theater and singing with a burning passion. MJ's transition journey unfolded alongside her artistic career, where she used her most authentic emotions to breathe life into her roles. She saw her transition as a necessary step toward achieving artistic fulfillment. Oh my gosh, you guys! Today I'm bringing you 10 transgender celebrities before and after the transformations that are gonna leave everyone absolutely stunned. Especially number 4 is gonna blow your mind and make you say, "No way, are you ready?" Hit that like button. Right now, share it with your friends. Comment. Which celebrity surprised you the most? And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss out. Let's dive right in. Born on March 4th, 1969 in Los Angeles as Chastity's son Bono, Chaz is the only child of legendary stars Sonny Bono and Cher. From a young age, Chaz was familiar with the spotlight through the show The Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour. Despite growing up in fame, Chaz always felt profoundly different. As an adult, Chaz realized they were attracted to women and came out as a lesbian in 1995. As an LGBTQ and activist, Chaz wrote the book Family Outing in 1998, sharing their coming-out journey to help many families and young people. Chaz also worked for GLAAD and the Human Rights Campaign. However, deep down, Chaz was still not truly happy. After years of inner struggle, the loss of loved ones, their partner passed away in 1994, and father Sonny died in 1998, and a successful recovery from addiction in 2004, Chaz realized the issue was with their gender identity. In 2008, at the age of 40, Chaz decided to begin his gender transition from female to male. Through hormone therapy, chest surgery, and other medical procedures, Chaz gradually became his true self. In 2010, he officially changed his name to Chaz Salvatore Bono and had his male gender legally recognized by the California court. Chaz shared his honest story through the book Transition, the story of how I became a man 2011, and the documentary Becoming Chaz on the Oprah Winfrey Network. He also competed on Dancing with the Stars in 2011, becoming a prominent television figure representing the transgender community. Today, Chaz has found happiness in his marriage to Shara Blue Matthews in 2026. As an actor, writer, and activist, he continues to inspire thousands of people. Chaz's story teaches us a valuable lesson. Living authentically as your true self requires great courage, but it is exactly what brings real peace and genuine happiness. Families and society can learn to accept, and every person deserves to be who they truly are. Born on August 28, 1991 in Tuzla, Bosnia-Herzegovina, as Andreja Pejic, Andreja grew up amid the Bosnian War. Her family mother Jadranka, older brother Igor, and grandmother fled as refugees to Serbia and later settled in Melbourne, Australia, when she was 8 years old. From a young age, Andreja felt profoundly different. She loved Barbie dolls and her mother's dresses, but society and school forced her to suppress it and try to act like a boy. At 13, Andreja secretly researched on the internet, learned about being transgender, and began taking male puberty-blocking hormones. She later advised against doing this on her own. At 14, she bravely confided in her mother, who fully supported her daughter. At the age of 17, while working part-time at McDonald's, Andreja was discovered by a modeling agency. She quickly rose to global fame thanks to her unique androgynous beauty. In 2011, Andreja walked the runway for Jean-Paul Gaultier, opening the women's show in a wedding dress and closing the men's show as a male model. She appeared on magazine covers, was called the most beautiful boy in the world, and became a symbol of gender fluidity. Despite her dazzling success, Andreja was still not truly happy because she had not yet lived as her authentic self. In 2013, at the age of 22, Andreja came out publicly as a transgender woman. Later that year, she underwent gender confirmation surgery. In 2014, Andreja officially returned with her new name and a fully feminine image. Many in the industry feared she would lose her unique appeal, but Andreja proved them wrong. She became the first transgender model to appear in American Vogue. 2015 landed her first cosmetics contract with Makeup Forever, won Best International Female Model at the GQ Portugal Awards 2016, and became the first transgender model to grace the cover of GQ 2017. Today, Andreja is a renowned actress known for her roles in The Girl in the Spider's Web 2018, The Leland 2022, and many short films. She has also made an autobiographical documentary about her journey. Andreja has found peace by living authentically as her true self. Andreja's story teaches us a profound lesson. Living honestly with yourself requires great courage, but that very authenticity brings true happiness and the power to inspire millions of others. Despite starting from difficult circumstances, Andreja has proven that every person deserves to be who they truly are, and society is increasingly opening its heart to acceptance. Born on October 28, 1949, in Mount Kisco, New York, as William Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn grew up with a fierce passion for sports. After an injury in college, she switched to training for the decathlon. In 1976, at the age of 26, Bruce Jenner won the gold medal at the Montreal Olympics with a world record 8,618 points, becoming an iconic American sports hero. That dazzling success led Bruce into the entertainment world, working as a host actor model and appearing on numerous television shows. She was married 3 times to Christy Crownover, Linda Thompson, and Kris Jenner, and has 6 children: Bert, Cassandra, Brandon, Brody, Kendall, and Kylie. Although her outward life seemed perfect, Caitlyn had struggled internally since childhood with the feeling that she was a woman. In the late 1980s, she secretly began hormone therapy, but was forced to stop due to family and societal pressure at the time. In 2015, at the age of 65, Caitlyn courageously came out with her true gender identity in a special interview with Diane Sawyer on ABC. Just 2 months later, she made a striking appearance on the cover of Vanity Fair with her new name, Caitlyn Marie Jenner. In 2017, she completed gender confirmation surgery. Caitlyn produced the reality series I Am Kate, 2015 to 2016, and published her memoir, The Secrets of My Life, 2017, sharing her journey with honesty and warmth. Today, at the age of 76, Caitlyn remains active in the media world, inspiring many people through her story. She made a return appearance in the family series The Kardashians in 2025. Caitlyn's story teaches us a profound lesson. It is never too late to courageously live authentically as your true self. Facing yourself with bravery brings inner peace and the powerful ability to inspire millions of others. Every person deserves to be who they truly are, and society is increasingly learning to embrace that with respect. Caitlyn's journey is a lesson in courage, showing that it is never too late to begin the life one has always dreamed of. Despite the pressure of her famous family, she has worked to raise awareness about transgender people, affirming that happiness only comes when we dare to live truthfully as ourselves. Do you think age is a barrier to changing yourself? Leave a comment and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us. Elliot Page was once a rising star in Hollywood with impressive female roles. But behind that dazzling fame was a heart that constantly felt conflicted due to a sense of misalignment. He felt like he was living the life of a stranger, where every glamorous red carpet dress was a shackle, tightening his suffocating feeling. Elliot went through years of struggling with anxiety simply because the desire to be himself was buried under public expectations. The decision to come out as transgender in 2020 was the greatest liberation of his soul in his life. Elliot shared that for the first time in decades, he truly felt like he existed. The change did not only come from his appearance, but from the sparkle of joy in his eyes every time he looked in the mirror. It was the moment he found the connection between mind and body, a freedom that even peak fame could not buy. Now, Elliot walks confidently as a man, no longer having to play the role of a girl in real life. His story is a beacon for those who are lost in the search for themselves. In your opinion, does Elliot's courage give you more motivation? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below, like, share, and hit subscribe to support us. Growing up in Alabama, Leverne Cox endured severe bullying because of her differences. From a young age, her soul leaned toward a soft femininity, something that was considered taboo in a poor rural area. At times of despair, she even thought about giving up, but her passion for art held her back. Leverne understood that in order to survive, she had to become stronger than anyone else to protect her unique identity. Her transition journey was a long and tearful path in the heart of New York. She did all kinds of jobs to make ends meet and pursue her acting dream. When her role in Orange is the New Black broke through, the world saw not only a talented actress, but also a transgender woman with dignity. She broke barriers by becoming the first transgender person to receive a nomination for the prestigious Emmy Award. Today, Leverne is a global icon, the first transgender woman to appear on the cover of Time magazine. She does not use fame to glorify herself, but to help build a more inclusive world. With her warm voice, she always reminds others that diversity is the true beauty of humanity. Leverne's story is proof that when you love yourself enough, the entire world will have to bow before the strength of your inner power. Hunter Schafer has an artistic and free-spirited soul where gender has never been a rigid line. As early as high school, she realized she needed to transition to align with the feminine feelings within her. Although she faced significant resistance from society, she chose to use her voice to advocate for her community's rights from a very young age. Hunter transformed her personal experiences into motivation to challenge outdated stereotypes. Hunter's transition journey is like a meticulous artistic sculpting process. She embraces the changes in her body with a sense of appreciation and exploration. With her ethereal beauty, she quickly conquered the world's biggest fashion runways. But it is her role as Jules in Euphoria where she truly reveals the deepest hidden corners, the pain and longing for love of a modern transgender girl. On screen as well as in real life, Hunter always radiates a sense of freedom and openness. She does not want to be confined by any label, but rather be seen as a multi-dimensional person. Hunter proves that being transgender is not a flaw, but an advantage that helps people understand a more compassionate world. She is an inspiration for the younger generation to dare to be different and turn that difference into a shining source of pride. Fallon Fox. In the brutal world of MMA, Fallon Fox created a shockwave when she publicly came out as transgender. Before becoming a professional fighter, she served in the military under a male identity to hide her true self. But the call of her identity never faded. She understood she could not continue fighting herself in the shadows. For Fallon, transitioning was not only about reclaiming gender, but also a journey to find the freedom to pursue her passion. When stepping into the octagon, Fallon faced intense waves of criticism and prejudice. Many questioned her abilities and debated fairness in sports. Instead of backing down, she responded with the resilience of a true fighter. She trained relentlessly, proving herself through technique and sportsmanship. For Fallon, every fight was not only about winning against an opponent, but also about asserting the right of transgender athletes to compete and be respected. Fallon's story has broken barriers around inclusion in sports, proving that human willpower has no gender limits. Despite facing prejudice, she continues to fight with the most authentic heart. What do you think about the extraordinary strength of this female fighter? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support our future content. Chaz Jennings is one of the youngest people in the world to publicly come out as transgender, beginning her journey as a child. As soon as she could speak, Chaz told her parents that she was a girl, regardless of her biological body at the time. Fortunately, she received understanding from her family and began her social transition at a very early age. Chaz grew up in front of television cameras, where she bravely shared every moment of her development and the challenges that a young transgender person has to face. Chaz's journey has not been as smooth as many might assume. She has faced complex surgeries and intense psychological pressure under public scrutiny. However, Chaz has never chosen silence. She turned vulnerability into strength and pain into warmth for others who share similar experiences. For Chaz, being transgender is not a secret to hide, but a vibrant part of her life that she wants to share in order to foster greater acceptance. Today, Chaz Jennings is a globally influential activist representing a generation that is not afraid to speak about gender identity. Her story is a song of family love and the determination of youth. Chaz has proven that when a child is allowed to live true to their nature, in an environment of love, they grow up to become remarkable individuals. She continues to inspire millions of young people around the world with the belief in the right to be themselves. Carrera became famous from the reality show RuPaul's Drag Race, where she first showcased her captivating beauty and performance talent. However, after leaving the competition, Carmen truly began the most important journey of her life, publicly transitioning to a woman. She did not want to remain only a drag artist, but longed for the world to recognize her as a real woman. Carmen bravely faced public opinion in order to reclaim the identity she had long dreamed of. After her transition, Carmen quickly became a high-fashion model and a professional actress in Hollywood. Her sharp beauty and flawless physique broke many stereotypes in the fashion industry. She was once the focus of a major fan-led campaign urging the renowned lingerie brand Victoria's Secret to feature her on its runway. Carmen has used her fame to fight for equality, affirming that transgender women deserve a respected place in all areas of beauty and fashion. Carrera's journey is proof of the power of confidence and pride. She not only focuses on her personal career, but also actively participates in efforts to raise awareness about HIV/AIDS and LGBT rights. Carmen always appears with a glamorous image, but also with a deeply authentic reflection of her own experiences. Her story inspires women everywhere to love their bodies and continuously fight to live the life they are most proud of. Michaela J. Rodriguez, commonly known as MJ Rodriguez, made history as the first transgender person to win a Golden Globe Award. Before reaching that glory, she spent many years devoted to theater and singing with a burning passion. MJ's transition journey unfolded alongside her artistic career, where she used her most authentic emotions to breathe life into her roles. She saw her transition as a necessary step toward achieving artistic fulfillment. Her role as Blanca in the acclaimed series Pose propelled MJ Rodriguez into the ranks of Hollywood's most influential stars. Through this character, she recreated the difficult yet deeply compassionate lives of the transgender community in the 1980s. MJ does not simply act. She lives and gives everything she has, drawing from both her pain and her hope. Recognition from critics and global audiences is a well-deserved reward for her perseverance and boundless talent. MJ Rodriguez is now a symbol of hope and success in the world's film capital. She affirms that true talent is not limited by gender identity or background. With her radiant smile and powerful voice, she continues to break down the remaining walls of prejudice in Hollywood. MJ's story is a powerful reminder that when you dare to live authentically and give your all, the highest peaks of glory will always open their doors to welcome you. Kim Petras is a German singer who shocked the global music industry by becoming the first transgender woman to win a Grammy Award. At just 12 years old, Kim began hormone therapy and became one of the youngest people in the world to undergo gender-affirming surgery at 16. This early decision came from her deep self-understanding and the incredible support of her parents. For Kim, music has always been a companion that helped her overcome insecurities and social prejudice. Kim Petras's music career has not been easy, as she had to hustle on her own in Los Angeles to find opportunities. She refused to let the transgender label define her career, instead winning over audiences with energetic pop hits and impressive vocal technique. Every song by Kim radiates a spirit of freedom, openness, and a longing to be loved. She has proven that a transgender artist can absolutely achieve mainstream impact and top global music charts. Her 2023 Grammy win was a historic milestone, solidifying Kim Petras's position in the global music industry. On stage, while accepting the award, she tearfully thanked those who came before her and paved the way. Kim is not only a pop star, but also a symbol of courage in pursuing dreams to the very end. Her story conveys the message that music and the soul have no limits, and that difference is the greatest source of inspiration for creating something truly extraordinary. The journeys of the 11 individuals we have just explored are not only stories of physical transformation, but also a persistent struggle to find freedom within the soul. From fashion runways and MMA octagons to the spotlight of the Oscars and Grammys, they have proven that when you dare to live authentically, the world opens up limitless opportunities. Every step they take is a building block toward a more inclusive and diverse world for all of us. And there you have it. The 10 transgender celebrities before and after that have the whole world absolutely stunned. Personally, I still can't believe number 4 even now. What about you? Who shocked you the most from today's list? Drop the number in the comments right below. I'm dying to read what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, you won't believe lists like this, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out. Go ahead and turn on the notification bell too, because the next videos are going to be even wilder. Thanks so much for watching all the way through, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome to Hollywood. The case was considered career suicide. Modeling agencies warned her, "You'll lose what makes you unique. You'll become just another beautiful girl among thousands of beautiful girls. You'll lose all your contracts." But Andreja chose truth over safety. She returned to the world with her real name, Andreja Pejic, and something remarkable happened. Her authenticity didn't diminish her appeal. It ignited an entirely new fire. She became the first openly transgender model to appear on the cover of GQ Portugal and the first transgender woman ever to sign a major beauty contract. Andreja's journey proves one powerful truth: when you dare to risk everything for your true identity, the universe will not abandon you. Now let's travel back to the 1940s and 1950s, the era of black and white cinema, sharp-suited gentlemen, and dazzling evening-gowned ladies. It was the golden age of Hollywood. In a time when everything was tightly censored under the Hays Code, a system that strictly banned any depiction of homosexuality on screen, one woman quietly shattered those boundaries simply by living her truth: Barbara Stanwyck. She was a legend, one of the greatest actresses of all time. But what made Barbara truly captivating wasn't just her talent. It was her fierce, independent aura, a presence so powerful it sometimes overshadowed her male co-stars. In 1962, having gone through 3 marriages and raising one of the most famous families on the planet, the Kardashian-Jenner dynasty, that secret still lingered like a shadow. There were moments when Bruce tried taking hormones only to stop again, out of fear of society's judgment. The decision to come out in 2015 wasn't just entertainment news, it was a cultural earthquake. When the cover of Vanity Fair was released with the headline, "Call Me Caitlyn," it shattered every internet record at the time. A 65-year-old Olympic athlete, once the embodiment of masculinity, now appeared radiant and relieved in the form of a woman. Despite the many debates surrounding her politics or personal life, no one can deny Caitlyn's courage. She showed the world one simple truth: it is never too late to live authentically. You can spend an entire lifetime trying to please others, but the moment you choose to live for yourself, that is when you truly win the most precious gold medal of your life. In modern pop culture, RuPaul's Drag Race has become a massive launching pad, and Carrera is one of the brightest stars to emerge from it. In Season 3, Carmen captivated audiences with her stunning physical beauty. People adored her as a drag queen, a performer, and artist. But here's where we need to draw a clear line. Drag is an art form makeup costume performance. Being transgender is an identity. It is who a person truly is. Behind the bright lights of the show, Carmen realized that being a drag, after decades of battling depression and addiction rooted in gender dysphoria, that chastity finally found the answer he had been searching for. He was a man. Chaz Bono's decision to transition in 2008 sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Cher, his mother, a global icon adored by the gay community, was initially stunned. It was incredibly difficult for her to accept that the little daughter she once held was now a middle-aged man. But maternal love and deep understanding eventually prevailed. Chaz's journey was captured in the documentary Becoming Chaz, which lays bare the physical and emotional pain of the transition process, honest, raw, and profoundly human. Today, Chaz Bono is a true actor, shedding the label of celebrity's child and proving himself through his work on American Horror Story. His story reminds us of one powerful truth. Even if you are born into luxury, the battle to reclaim your identity is still the loneliest and most brutal fight of all. And it is precisely that journey that transformed Chaz into a symbol of courage for anyone struggling to find their true voice amid the noise of expectations and public judgment. If you believe Chaz's journey is truly inspiring, leave a 1. If you're not completely convinced yet, leave a 0. Enjoy the full video and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us in bringing you more powerful and emotional stories. Every comment and bit of support from you is the motivation that helps us continue sharing these incredible journeys with the world. We now move into a completely different battlefield, a place with no script, only sweat and blood, the MMA octagon. Fallon Fox. a name that once stood at the center of one of the most heated debates in combat sports history, protection, but also an invisible prison. And no one understood that glittering glass cage more deeply than Gina Rochero. For more than 1 decade, Gina was the embodiment of the so-called American dream. A sizzling lingerie supermodel in New York, she possessed radiant honey-brown skin, expressive eyes, and the signature tropical smile that could light up an entire runway. Top photographers chased after her, men desired her, and women admired her. To her colleagues, she was simply a lucky Filipina girl blessed with flawless genetics. But none of them knew that before she strutted down the elite runways of Manhattan, that same woman had once been an uncrowned queen in the cramped, narrow alleyways of Manila. At 15 years old, Gina was already a star in the world of transgender beauty pageants in the Philippines, a place where transgender people are culturally embraced, yet their opportunities for a better life remain painfully limited. When she immigrated to the United States, Gina made the biggest gamble of her life. She changed her documents, completed her surgeries, and chose to bury her past. She became a 100% woman in the eyes of society. Her career soared. She gained wealth, fame, and love. But the price of that perfection was a fear that ate away at her every single day. Imagine living at the peak of success, yet every time you walk through an airport security gate, every time you have to show identification, or even during a simple medical checkup, your heart tightens in terror. The fear of being exposed, the fear of being seen as a fraud, the fear that everything you have built could collapse because of a single letter M male hidden somewhere in an old birth record. She had always felt like an imposter in her own life. The greater the success, the heavier the weight of the secret. And then came the defining moment. On March 30th, ships with actor Sal Mineo and producer Rogers Brackett have remained subjects of endless debate. So why mention James Dean in this list when he never came out publicly? Because James Dean represents an entire generation of Hollywood men who were forced to bury their true selves in order to preserve the manufactured image of a leading man. His famous response when asked about his sexuality, "No, I am not a homosexual, but I am also not going to go through life with one hand tied behind my back," was a declaration far ahead of its time. It revealed a mindset that rejected rigid labels and refused to let society dictate the boundaries of identity. Whatever the truth about James Dean may be, the sensitivity and fragility in his performances stand as proof of a soul unchained by the toxic standards of masculinity that dominated his era. If James Dean or Barbara Stanwyck had to live in the shadows, then Jazz Jennings is the child who grew up entirely under the spotlight. Imagine knowing exactly who you are when you're barely old enough to walk. At just 2 or 3 years old, Jazz insisted she was a girl, even though her body said otherwise. But the greatest blessing in Jazz's life wasn't fame, it was her extraordinary family. A family that chose to listen instead of forcing her into a mold. At 6 years old, her interview with journalist Barbara Walters stunned the entire nation. A little child calmly and clearly explaining gender identity with unwavering certainty. From that moment on, Jazz became the face of from a child in Alabama who once wanted to end her life to a dazzling superstar on the Hollywood red carpet, stands as the clearest proof of all: when you dare to live your truth, the world will eventually bow to the beauty of your authenticity. Closing today's file, we realize one thing beneath the bright glow of the spotlight. The hardest role isn't played on screen, it's daring to live as your true self. Do you know any other silent heroes who had the courage to break through prejudice? Share your thoughts and join the discussion in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next hidden Hollywood story. Thank you for watching, and remember,